All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Amusing Panda live stream. We are once again streaming live from CaptainCon 2026, bringing you the New England team tournament today. For realsies this time, we ostensibly have Michael Ireland at the helm. I'm just going to quickly add Brandon to stage to confirm we're getting audio.
I made the mistake of not actually checking last round, which obviously caused us a problem, but it looks like we're good. Yep, we hear it on both sides. Okay, good.
Oh,
I don't need to do that.
We lost one.
All right. No, I moved him on. I moved him on and off stage. Oh, we actually lost one. Okay,
that's fine. We still have overhead.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing to to fight technology, but we are here for round 4, and provided there are no more head fakes, we are actually going to have a game with returning player Michael Ireland running some revamped Retribution.
What do you mean revamped? I thought you said earlier that it was like 2018 Retribution.
Sure. Yeah. 2018 called and it wants its list back, but Legions of the Dawn has not seen play for a long time. Part of it has been their dramatically reduced Warjack loadout. Part of it is that particular army did not have access to concentrated power, and so it often lacked something when it came to damage output that wasn't coming off of warrior models. And we're going to see all that turn around. Essentially, all the House Vire Jacks have been added to the army, and concentrated power has come back. Lazy Dragon, yeah, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. You want me to pop the list pairings up there, Keith?
You can if you like.
All right, here we go. I'm going to share screen and then hope I can find the right one. There we go. All right. So, provided we don't get head faked again, what we're going to be looking at here is a pretty interesting pair, despite it being that is the Chimera. So this is going to be Mike Ireland versus Derek Senestrom. So we know this is going to come down Legions of the Dawn versus Chimera. On the Legions of the Dawn side, we are looking at Lord Arcanist Ossian. So still Field Marshal Future Sight. What's he pull rerolls from? Do you guys remember?
I don't remember.
Well, he is pulling in Quicken and range damage boosting feat. We're seeing that hit the field with an Aspis, which is great because Ossian loves to pop feet and then immediately fall over dead. We have Hyperion and then Hypnos, who does Shadowbind with his AoE 3 gun on direct hit. Dawnguard Trident, Dawnguard Sentinel Sire, Fane Knight Scarith Isian, and boy, there's a name most people also haven't heard in years. Priest of Nisor, unit of Arcanist, unit of Risavos Defenders, and double Stormfall Archers. So we're seeing a fairly aggressive lean into an Ossian damage buff feat, but it's not total. There is still a melee backstop on this force, which is always good to see. And then coming in on the second list, this
is what I like to see here, some synergy.
Yeah. This also feels like 2018 over again. Viros in Sisar of the Dawn Guard. So he is a synergy caster. He is racking deceleration for bonus armor on his battle group, has Easy Rider to grant Pathfinder, and 2 nukes that we may see cast if this game goes really wild. But 3 Aspises or Aspidae, depending on how Greek you're feeling. 3 Griffins, 1 Hydra, the good old Imperatus, Aelith Vire, Blade of Nisor, and he's still an Inhuman Resolve model, right, Keith?
I don't know. Was it? Well, who was it?
Aelith Vire, Blade of Nissor.
Solos. Why do these all say trolls?
Oops.
Maybe I have the wrong faction up here. I thought I had the.
Oh, you got
I got Storm of the North. Maybe I have the wrong force up.
Retro.
Yep.
He does have Inhuman Resolve still.
Okay, so he has Inhuman Resolve, so he's a solid point sitter. We're also going to see Lanissa Rissell, Nis Sorceress, carrying Hunter's Mark, Winter Storm, and something else that I can't remember.
Hunter's Mark, Ice Bolt, and Winter Storm.
Ice Bolt, there we go. And then 2 units of Arcanus and 2 units of Defenders. So despite this being a synergy caster, this army is not out of gas once those jacks start going down. Because we're
power really they hit.
Mm-hmm. And we're still porting 2 units of Weapon Masters as a backstop to that. And then this is the third game we've had Dick Thunder Mark IV show up. Or a second game maybe. We are up against Derek Senestrom. So he is God, I keep doing that. Let me see. Ike, you wanna take us through the list while I
sure.
I see if we've got signs of life at the table?
I see
so Derek's got a Valix Lilith pair going on here, 2 casters in Chimera that got pretty significant reworks with this update a couple of weeks ago. Pretty exciting for those 2 casters. But the Valix list in his battle group, he's got an Akeless, the character Vipex that flies around and shoots his blind decrepitation shot, bringing Master of Ruin to the field as well. A couple of Hydrixes, they're both kitted out the same way. They have the Diviner Head, which gives future sight to that model and also access to future sight as an Animus that can be placed on some of these other models here. They both have a Horned Piercer, they both have a Blockhead and the Blade back. So they have Overtake, crit armor piercing on their Horn Piercer head at POW 16, which under Valix's feat, as long as it hits, it will be considered a critical hit. So between that, Master of Ruin, and Belly Ghoul and Rage, those things can hit incredibly hard. So we're talking about POW 20 armor pierces. So the game plan with that list is going to be casting Crimson Ballet and yo-yoing those heavies around the table, picking up models and sprinting away, playing a cat and mouse game in melee. The battle group's backed up by usual support stuff on the Chimera side, Belly Ghoul, Pythia, a Riven here for Mortal Fear, Wraithwing Paragon for Warping Winds, and then a couple of units, Knights, Quick Fang Stalkers, Talon Death Dealers, and Talon Lashers, Wormspine Shadowmancers. Quick Fang Wind Strikers are interesting in a Valix list. Again, they have crit Shadowbind, so as long as they're hitting something that's in his control range on his feat turn, you're getting automatic Shadowbinds. And their blow darts got changed to do D3 damage whenever they hit rather than a single damage on the puncture before. So they can actually pick up multi-wound infantry with high armor values if enough of them get to bring their blow darts to bear. That list does have defenses in it, 3 barriers, so that'll help somewhat to protect it against ranged on the way in, but not a lot aside from the defenses and warping winds. And then it's paired with a Lilith list. She has a very similar game plan to Valix in that she wants to yo-yo and play cat and mouse, but she does it from ranged. So she has run and gun, field marshal run and gun. So as long as she's getting ranged kills for her and her battle group, they're going to get to essentially make a ranged sprint move at the end of their activation. So again, 2 Hydrixes, both with the Diviner head, same head as the other battle group, both with flame sprayers, both with spinebacks, which are giving overtake. So each of these Hydrixes, they're trying to stack a move plus a sprint, basically, so that they can extreme yo-yo. Both lists have that Hunter's Mark Vipex for that extra projected threat and free charges. Lilith is bringing 2 Wyverns. Wyverns love run and gun as well. They have repo 3 at base, but they love to get that extra move of reposition if they can get a kill out of it. And then as far as the rest of the list goes, again, she's bringing defenses for that extra ranged defense support. Unit of Knights again, unit of Lashers. This list has 2 units of Shadowmancers. It's very battle group heavy, so the idea is to sprint those heavies back and condition off some of that extra Furrier so you don't have to run too hot. Lilith brings some extra layer of added range defense in her feet. She has a 14-inch control area, and on her feet, she gets to push enemy models. She can, if she'd like, she can push every enemy model 2 inches directly away from her, and then they suffer -2 rat, and they lose flight, potentially. So if I had to guess which list this Chimera player is going to go with, I think Derek probably plays Lilith here, expecting to see an Ossian drop. That's my thought.
we got David Kwan. Look at Ike being an expert in another field.
I just got super lucky that it's something I know about.
Let's kick over to the table because it looks like they're getting set. I don't recall what the scenario is yet, but I think we're about to find out. All right, let's take a look at this bad boy. Oh, I think I need to futz with the mic settings a bit.
It's hard sometimes. We just get some things that pick up really well.
Looks like we're seeing Fault Line.
Fault Line.
Okay. My favorite of the new scenarios.
This is the big fat diagonal splash with 40s on the sides and 50s in the middle.
Yeah, the 40s are just barely on the bottom of the screen.
We are definitely seeing Virus coming down. That's way too many lights to be anything else. And then a Wraithwing Paragon means this is definitely Valix. Because that Lilith army has only the one solo being Beligul.
Yeah. Well, this will be matchup I thought, but I think this is a good matchup for the 2 lists.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one with melee hit and run coming off of Valix. And we will see just how far away he can get from that swarm of lights. Lazy Dragon, also amusing. Other than the addition, this matchup might have been something you could watch at a Nerdvana back in the day. Yeah, definitely feels like a Legion throwback. Oh, hey, we have a Mr. Morehouse in the chat. Welcome, James. Yeah, old school Ret, very much a throwback type of game.
Everything is available for you to store, but on your own ones, if you store this.
Oh, and congratulations to you for the podium down at CanCon as well. Thanks for joining us.
And you get an additional 1, and then if you store all 3, you get an additional 1.
We have Lazy Dragon clarifying for us. Nerdvana, a gaming store in South Jersey where Brad and Grant used to run the meta.
You don't store.
Yeah, it's cool seeing the seeing so many of the old heads come back. It's a lot of fun, and every now and again you get a throwback meta too.
So you're probably not going to clock out. So
and it looks like we have looks like we're having Derek go first here with that stubby little deployment zone. Am I correct in thinking that of all the scenarios, this is actually the only one that's symmetrical and not heavily justified toward Defender on its objectives?
I think trench warfare is still completely symmetrical.
Interesting.
But I know, a lot of the other ones have a significant second player or defender advantage in terms of their geometry.
Yeah. Typically being moved 2 to 4 inches per objective versus last year in the defender's direction. Oh, let's see if we still have swirly clouds and streaky sands, or if we get streaky clouds again or swirly sands.
Well, my objectives are painted. All right. I get first score. Opportunity to first score.
So, Ike, as the we know we have Derek going first, and you're sort of the chimera expert. What do you reckon his best approach is to deal with 100 and something boxes of synergy lights? Do you think there's a clear, straightforward avenue of approach here?
I think it's really going to depend on. It looks like he's shifting to go deep on the distant 40s. I probably would have set up on the opposite side of the board actually, and set up a home base around the home 40s and project threat backwards across the diagonal scenario. And then you send something durable like the knights down to the distant 40s to try to jam them up long enough for you to creep across the board and get a significant scenario advantage. I think he's going to have to try to time his feet appropriately so that each one of his armor piercing Hydrixes can do a significant amount of work. And that's going to be potentially difficult for him to do depending on how Mike layers his battle group as he comes up the field here. It's going to be interesting to see how he unpacks. Right.
Yeah. And I think the goal is going to be like give each Hydrix no more than one light to attack at a time.
Right.
The Lashers are going to complicate that somewhat because this is basically a whole army they can mess with all at once. I think Derek definitely needs to, on the turn he starts going for battle group models. He either needs to make sure his hit and run lanes are well and truly clear, or that he's getting massive chunks of value, because he still has to deal with those Risavas defenders on the tail end. It is interesting. Rather than sending infantry to deal with the distant 40, he's actually got the Lashers and the Knights both on that side. It looks like being supported by Riven. So there's an anticipation. I think that's kind of going to be a slow fight, but these models are fast enough that they could be anywhere on the board, inside of a round.
Yeah, I think he's committed an appropriate amount of resources to that flank. I like the Riven Knight package together. He's not going to be quite as relevant in this matchup because a lot of the damage sources are going to be non-living models, obviously. But he's still got a pretty powerful Thresher attack. He's very accurate still. And he's fast, so he can kind of redeploy as the game develops easily, as can the Cav. So I see a scenario where if Mike doesn't commit enough to that for what for him are the far 40s, those Lashers can just hang back there and double score while the Knights redeploy across the table.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I'm just checking to see Risavas defenders. Okay, they are not still carrying defensive strike unless they somehow get that from Aleph Vire. No, it looks like not. I was gonna say Riven is pretty hot for dealing with that because he does debuff their POW. We are also looking at Lashers who can make pretty short work of them. Where are we seeing that second unit of Risavas? I did not note where they went down. Or it is 2 units of Risavas in this list, or did I hallucinate that? All right, Derek wasting absolutely no time, by the way, in these early maneuvers. He is just run full tilt, storming across the board. And if we're totally honest, there's not exactly a lot he has to pre-measure out here to make sure he's out of ranges.
It's worth it to mention, like, it is almost worthwhile to pack a little bit of boostable guns or whatever to kind of give your opponent the option to waste a whole bunch of time worrying about their threat range on their first turn, right? But yeah, I mean, it's primarily a melee army. I am a little concerned about Mike Ireland's seemingly lack of commitment to the north side of the table.
Yeah, it's pretty light.
Yeah.
I don't think he had any ambushing in this list, did he?
Not that I saw. Let me just pull that list back up and make sure I am not in fact hallucinating.
The problem with a heavy battle group list like this is that it really doesn't allow you to split enough, I think, in the current scenario packets. You almost have to kind of commit your entire infantry force to the other flank to be able to sufficiently contest or win it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So we see a super aggressive run from Valix here. He commands some respect on a pretty significant bubble of the field here, so he can vanish himself forward 3, and then he speed 6 with 3-inch melee weapons. So that's 15 inches of threat before a hunter's mark. So potentially 17 inches of threat. And if he has his feet in his back pocket, he's got crit knockdown on one of his melee attacks and crit weaken on the other. So he can essentially drop down anything that's immune to knockdown or lower it by 2 defense if it somehow is immune to knockdown too. Drag it in so that it's closer for the rest of the army. And then he's a PAL 13 weapon master who can buy 7 more attacks after his 2 initials. He really hits like a truck.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's a great observation. He's definitely not giving Mike a lot of places to go. Now, the advantage is like, okay, all the 50s action is in the center, so he can certainly just consolidate there and deter Valix. But Keith, to what you mentioned, I think you're right. This army essentially has to always operate inside Viros's control area, and just what a long distance it is between those bottom 40s and those top 40s is quite substantial.
Yeah, and I only say that because last year I was playing at the tail end of last year when I got back into the game. I was playing a lot of Jakes, and I was having that same issue where 2/3 of the board I could absolutely dominate. But that other third of the board, I really was struggling to find an answer to deal with for a little while there until I kind of got it figured out. And that kind of goes back to what we've said several times already on the cast, is just really coming up with some modules that can split off from your main dynamo, as I think Cosmo phrases it.
And speaking of modules splitting off, I think that might be where that missing unit of Risavas is they might actually be out of our field of view with the camera down toward the bottom. So we're actually seeing Derek made a relatively soft commit to the top of the board with essentially just his units, and it looks like if that's the case, Mike has made an even softer commit with like, here's a couple of lights, and if things run away in my favor, here comes some Arcanus. That said, he is playing a very fast battle group army, so it's entirely possible that he takes the next turn and just repositions, aggressively away from this big, hammer and anvil in the middle and up toward the north of the board where it's much, much softer.
Right now, is through your caster in my face. What do we do?
And there he is checking the Valix threat. Valix picked up Weapon Master, right? He's no longer just a ha-ha funny low power crit effect guy.
No, he hits like a truck now in a pretty big bubble because he's got range 3 melee too.
Yeah, and he's carrying crit knockdown and crit weaken, both of which will be substantial if he goes for a caster kill.
Yep.
He essentially
I think Virus has to be very careful here.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's as long as there's a medium base hole, as long as Viros is in that range, he essentially kind of can't hide from it. Especially because Valix can just go, I'm gonna pop feet and then maybe drag a light out of the way and then pull you through the hole with a feated auto knockdown attack. Yeah, I think you're right. It's incumbent on Mike to show a great deal of care here. Do you think we see a bottom of 1 feet here? This is pretty conservative, so it's possible not.
I know with Jake's, all I did was with my synergy list was to basically just place outside of their melee threat range, and now player 1 has to commit to the scenario presence, and then that typically puts them in your charge range. Now, the problem that Ireland is going to have here is the forest is going to block line of sight. I don't recall if Viros has something like Bird's Eye that just allows
he still has Bird's Eye, yeah.
Okay, yeah. If he has Bird's Eye, then it's really good for him because he's got a lot of good line of sight blocking, and that doesn't impede him at all. And he can give his entire battle group Pathfinder with whatever that spell is he has.
Easy Rider, yeah.
Easy Rider, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point. This forest on the bottom of the table doesn't provide nearly the same hit and run protection that you would normally get out of a Valix list. I could see easily him picking up 1 or 2 of those lights and then repositioning behind the forest and being very safe against most things. But Bird's Eye makes that more complicated.
Yeah. If Mike actually positions in force down south, I reckon what probably happens is Derek actually pivots his army more to the north or to the middle, and that might it's a sensible maneuver, but I think that also is a really definitely shifts some momentum back toward Mike.
I'll tell you too, even just taking off 1 light is a big deal versus a synergy caster, because every single one of those things is very valuable.
Yeah, we are looking at Retribution Jacks no longer having force field boxes and just having spend focus to reduce damage. These Griffins are quite squishy. Especially with Knights having chain weapons, Lashers having chain weapons, Valix having chain weapons. I think even some of these snaky Warbeast weapons are chain weapons, under, depending on which one it is.
Yeah, Akeless has a chain weapon on their tail too.
I don't know. I think them being able to have extra focus to just reduce damage by 5 can make them significantly more tanky than you would otherwise think they should be.
Yeah, right. Yeah. If they're carrying more than 1, and if they're being attacked turn over turn, it's a great defensive mechanic. If pressure is being applied to them uniformly at once and they're not sitting on a big camp, it's a lot rougher.
Didn't get there with 10 focus left.
It was obviously force fields have changed significantly this edition, but in Mark II and Mark III, I do remember somebody running the math way back in the day, and they're like, Retribution Jacks are actually great at taking attacks that consist mostly of massive high-powered damage rolls. They'll kind of shrug that off. But they will cave to multiple low power damage rolls, and that's still kind of true with the way their system works. It's eminently possible to overwhelm them. Here we go. Viros very carefully measuring out his safety range. That looks like
that was a lot of backing up.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do see some Griffins down in the south that have essentially been abandoned to their fate.
It seems like that, in the sense that currently they're not going to benefit from synergy, but that's not going to matter until Viros can do his shenanigans anyways, because he's going to be able to probably, I believe most of the cavalry casters have reposition, right? So on turn he can move them back into his control area, right? For for wherever they're going to end up. In the meantime, they can get powered up by the Arcanists and get focused and still get focused that way, even if they don't get the power up, right? So it's a little bit deceiving to think that they've been abandoned. It's like they want you to think that they've been abandoned, but then all of a sudden, all of a sudden they're in synergy again, right? And
Right.
you know, it
And
only
they
matters.
still have Arcanists down there that can juice them up too.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of what my point is. At least currently they do. I don't know if those Arcanists are going to get moved. I'm not sure which of those models are Arcanists. Maybe see on
those 3 models that just landed in the cloud are going to be the Arcanist unit.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wish we could move this over to the other side. I think we can only do bottom. Do that.
There you go.
And I wish I could move it to the left hand side. Earlier we had it on the left hand but not the right hand. Now we have it on the right hand but not the left hand.
Yeah, that's my fault. Remind me to fix that between rounds, and I'll make sure that.
Yeah, no worries. This is a great view for models.
Feels very cinematic.
It does. It feels very cinematic.
Yeah. We've also got the Talon Death Dealers hanging out back here. So while the Risavos may be providing a backstop, paint your models, Chimera. Man, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I basically don't break out the paintbrushes unless I'm forced to, and it's like Adepticon, WTC, Invitational. It's like those are the things I paint for.
Yeah, so it looks like Mike is shifting, more north, like we sort of expected him to. Valek showing that strong present on the distant 40s. So
right, I think
he's going to leave enough durable models back there that he has to work for it, but shift the bulk of his army the other way.
Right, yeah. He can much easier win the objectives in the middle right now, the way he's positioned, and the top 2 flags. Then he can trying to get into that entire mesh down there, and it's like you said, all he has to do is have those two lights contest those 2 40s to prevent scoring, and with that force there, he probably can do it relatively easily.
This is a juicy thresher target here in the middle of the board.
Yeah, but it also looks like he's preferring these guys as bait. Like, hey, please step into the synergy range.
Yeah.
It's true, yeah, because then all Virus has to do is move a little bit forward to make sure that whatever the targets are, right, the jacks are just in range for that, right? So
and it's still Weapon Masters pressuring you, saying either clear us and step into range or back up.
Right.
So Ike, what? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Keith.
I was going to say, and I think you're right. Like, Mike is it's up to the attacker really. He has to be aggressive, because I think Mike is really threatening to score a lot of places now. He's not threatening to score those bottom 2 flags, but he's kind of threatening to score everything else, right, with the way he's positioned. So he did a great pivot, I think.
So, Ike, if we're looking at those Risavos as bait, what is there that Derek has available to steal them? Essentially break the line, like grip that bait right off the line and get away with it.
Yeah, I think Valix himself could actually potentially pick up a few. He's within charge range from the front couple, and I think he can, he can trigger his own sprint, and he can vanish before actually taking the sprint move. So if he charges and he stays pretty far away from him, he could potentially be 9 inches back behind that wall from that front line of defenders. Alternatively, he could just send in the Paragon to pick 1 or 2 up. If he kills the first one and cleaves onto another one and gets a sprint himself, that feels like a free defender pickup. This Hydrix might even be able to charge in and pick up 1 or 2, get an overtake and a sprint, and then still function as a contesting model for that 50 there. It's probably close in terms of delivering some of these Griffins and or Imperatus to him at that point. I'd have to kind of proxy it out to see if that was worth doing, but there's some options there.
It looks like we're about to have Valix mad dog it and go for some defenders to pick up the sprint and grab a Griffin.
Yeah, looks like he's trying to get something juicy here. Oh.
Yep. And I think they're looking at that. I think they're looking at that that vanish plus sprint range there to see just how far out Valix gets. To Numby, this retribution list is wild. So many cohorts. Man, back in the day, Mark II, Mark III, you saw a lot of Viros too with this many jacks or more.
I was going to say, and more to the point, the person back in the day that was championing this list for retribution was Mike Ireland. Like, if there's anybody that can do it, it's him. I mean, he is quite a good player. So, yeah, we're hopefully going to get a little bit of a master class on how to run a synergy list.
Yeah, I think maybe we see some Cav either jamming or basically kind of backstopping some of these deeper scenario elements, so that if Mike wants to try to double score some of these things when it comes back around for his turn to go, that he'll have to dig deep to pick out a durable model. These, Cav are 19 at base and then go up to 21 arm once they're damaged, and they have 10 boxes apiece. So if you park them on the back of these 40 or 50s back here, it becomes a significant investment. You have to send in, at least one, maybe two cohort models. And if you deny enough synergy bumps, it's going to be difficult to actually deliver damage to them. And that keeps your kind of home scenario elements safe from being scored on your opponent's turns.
Yeah. By the way, we have Valix coming in and rolling up on Risavos defender, who actually toughs out. Just to address Free Forever 22, I think it's great that when armies are painted, but you do not ever want to be paint scored in a tournament. Like, tournaments should be about games, and appearance judging should be about appearance. It's perfectly fine if some events want to be fully painted, but 40K having soft scores like that is actually one of the biggest problems with the game. And then
good roll, another 10
to Euromachine podcast. No painting requirements, not an IG qualifier, right? The team tournament itself is not. And it's unclear to me whether the Iron Gauntlet, which
Valix
is being
picking up a
streamed
sprint
here,
off of that Griffin.
Oh, Valix killed the Griffin.
Yeah, he aced that Griffin with 4 attacks, it looked like.
Yeah. Risavos toughs out and he's like, screw this.
I'll just kill the Jack.
And just to finish on Euromachine, it's a little bit nebulous how painting requirements work at qualifiers. My understanding has been, at least from this past year, painting is required if Steam Forged is running it, but there are plenty of qualifiers that do not require painting, essentially, unless the event organizer says so. The Iron Gauntlet itself obviously requires fully painted.
I would like to touch back on Free Forever 22's comment here. To a certain extent, there's an agreement. Obviously, we want the game to look good for when people come by and see these tournaments. We want them to be excited about the game, say, "Oh, look at all these cool models," and kind of use that as a gateway drug to get new players involved in the game. So we definitely, as a community, want to I don't want to say pressure, but encourage people to play with painted models because we want to continue to grow the game. So if that's the point you're trying to make, I 100% agree with that. I'm trying to play fully painted, but as I get models in, I can only paint so fast, and most of my stuff is painted and some of my stuff is not. I know in this particular case, the one army is 100% painted and the other army is not 0% painted. So, but I think this is the first army we've seen on stream today that was not painted. So I think by and large, most of the armies are painted that we've seen. So
it looks like we've got Aklis coming in to spit some acid on Risavos. He does take one of them. That's actually right in range for the Wraithwing Paragon to finish off those front pressure exerting duders. Wraithwing Paragons, of course, being legendary for missing, but
Looks like we got a Cloud Acoustic Mist from Akeless as well. Just a little added layer of protection for Valix.
right, just to stop the infantry specifically, because the Jacks, of course, are unbothered.
Yeah.
And then what do we got? Up at the top we have the Lashers actually opted to play the soft play, so meticulously managing threat range from those Aspidae, but they reach just so dang far that not only are they threatening to make points, they're also threatening to, if you continue to clam up in the middle of the board, we're going to peel your position.
Yeah, looks like he's carefully placed them to contest both of those 40s too, both to score his own and make sure that Mike has to do something about the home one too.
He doesn't really have to do anything about the home one, because the home one has to be. He's not have anything over there that can actually score. I don't think.
The Arcanists are a unit, right?
They are. Yes, are they over there?
Yeah,
that'd be a pretty awful shift for the Arcanists to have to go score that rather than field the Jacks, though. So
right, yeah. So I don't think Mike can handle that. I think really the only thing he needs to do is to contest the furthest 40 on his side, right? Because
the only those Aspidae are up there to die.
Yeah, only this flag is actually being scored potentially, and it might not, because all the models in the unit have to be within 3, right? So
yeah,
for the furthest away flag, only maybe 2 models are actually able to contest it, but all 4 of them would need to be within 3 in order to actually score it. So contesting the second one, I think, is very doable for this one light, at least next turn.
Okay. We got a Hydrix threatening to score the 50 in the middle there.
Interesting.
Some knights just basically staying outside of retaliation range.
Yep, he's meticulously managing that Imperatus range, and it's actually a pretty awesome discovery to have. Oh my god, I could threaten to score this 50 and not be in range of the monster.
Yeah. Does Imperatus does he have sidestep? Did he ever have sidestep?
I feel like he's Elf Mullet Karn. So
was it a bond he had? Maybe
actually no.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Yeah, let's find out together, friends.
I'm doing that right now. I'm pulling up. You said Imperatus.
He still does have sidestep. Look at that.
Nice.
And his bond is aggressive, essentially.
Solid. Seems like a good 17-point Jack.
Yeah, currently sitting at 17. And I have to ask myself, with all the character Jacks returning to the game, how long is it before we get Imperatus again? That's a clever score and round tracking marker. Just use the top of your plastic widget. Who needs these fancy prints with engravings and stuff? Yeah, I think there were definitely a lot of options for Derek to pull the bait without committing, and he's definitely pursued a variant of it and just managed his ranges. This looks like a very effective turn too.
And not only that, but check out the clock. He's done it.
It's
mostly done, and he's still got 43 minutes on his clock with all these zones. That's very good.
Yeah, just this being like a textbook example of what we spoke about in the last round is like, if you're going to reposture and you have a plan that you come up with at the start of your turn, just be very efficient with your time and execute it as quickly and efficiently as possible, understanding what your goal is. Looks like he elected not to use the Paragon at all for a hit and run sprint play there. It's probably good just to keep warping winds around for another turn.
Although, what's it really defending you from? It's defending you from Virus's hand cannon that he never wants to shoot, Imperatus's flame burst cannon that he never wants to shoot, and the Hydra's gun that he is unfortunately cursed with.
Yeah, I think probably part of the thought process is, what if I miss, or this model toughs and I'm stuck there, and then I've given Imperatus a sidestep anchor.
Oh, absolutely.
I
That's
think it's just not worth the risk. He has crit decap, but he only crits when he rolls double ones. So
right, yeah, and those risks.
I think Derek probably thought out the line appropriately and said this is just too risky to try to get the advantage off of.
Yeah, I mean this is definitely impressive. I've seen Derek play before, but like, man, is this a professional, crisp game from him?
Yeah, and I mean you can obviously see Mike already had a plan in mind about how he was going to start engaging some of these models on the top of the table too, just immediately into executing his plan for the turn.
Absolutely. Yeah, so it looks like we might see some Aspis action going on up top.
I have no idea what happened. Somebody just handed away the model and it just got removed from. I don't know.
I think he might have been using another model as a proxy, actually.
The Griffin that's already dead.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Fair.
Because Valix just came in like a Giga Chad and decided to screw this light.
Yeah, Valix is a joy to play now. He just kind of kills what he wants.
Yeah. I am really excited that Steamforged went out of their way to take casters that were just like virtual non-entities and actually, give them some real polish and make them like something worth seeing.
Yeah, I was really apprehensive about the spell rack going away, but so far I've been just very pleasantly surprised about some of these reworks that we've gotten, and just for the most part it just seems like very conscious goal-based reworks for a lot of these warcasters. They just seem to have kits that are deep and interesting.
I agree. I think
in a lot of places.
I think that what's happened for the most part in factions is instead of taking the one Giga Chad caster in the faction 100% of the time, because they have a three spell rack choices, and they're going to take the most impactful 3 spells every game. You know what I mean? Now, because they can't do that, now each of your casters have very defined spell lists that do fall into the realm of exactly what that caster is trying to accomplish. And for my faction, I feel like we went from having one caster or maybe kind of 2 casters that you could kind of take, and now I have like an entire caster rack that I think are all viable. They're all
absolutely
very good.
Chimera is the same way right now. It's just there are 6 casters that all have a real game plan and all seem interesting to play for sure.
Right. Yeah.
So it looks like Mike is still plotting a series of moves, and it looks like getting Viros himself to personally connect and pivot to that light end of the board. Looks like he's contemplating whether or not he can get a second lasher. I think it may just be the one, but it certainly gets him out of trouble fast.
Yeah, well, he's got a gun, so he could kill a second lasher.
If he pushes a lot of focus downrange, sure. Also, as an aside, while our players are still in the tank, one thing I've started noticing commentating live streams, the overhead camera is often the Norwood scale POV, i.e. the progression of male pattern baldness. Mike Ireland and I are about the same age, and he still has a big full head of hair on him. So
some people are blessed.
You silvery bastard. Yeah, this is a Viros pivot's going to be interesting because this it's going to be interesting to see how much of his battle group he's going to try and drag with him, if that's the plan, because this bottom Griffin is already not receiving focus. Now we have Arcanus, but it can't be fully loaded and concentrated powered unless you wanted to blow Lucky Penny.
Yeah, that bottom flank is sort of rough for him too, as he's already taken away all of his scoring potential down there, unless he runs the Risavos back over there to double score, which I don't think he's going to be able to do anyway because of the wind strikers that are down there. So he's essentially ceding that flank to Derek. So he's got to get significant work done on the north end of the table so that he can maintain that scenario parity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he can kind of like sweep, kind of like do this like sweeping arm where he just like scoops out all that top stuff and then hard turns his army. So it's like, you know, going to give the full broadside to everything, you know, going south. I mean, I don't know that it'll work out quite like that, but, you know, that looks kind of like the plan. And if he can replace that unit up there of the virus with his kind of units that he's got on that side of the table, or even just one of them, he can start double, you know, he can trade the double scoring, right? And then whoever, the only people getting ahead are just whoever's scoring the objectives in the middle. So.
What are you doing, Cat?
I don't think I have it. So, you haven't done it.
Okay, Cat. That's enough of that. She comes over, she wants to be picked up and petted, and she immediately starts biting headphone cables. Okay, so it's not the Risavos pivoting. We do have the Arcanist down there, so it's possible there's...
Oh, interesting.
Well, they're busy handing out focus, but
they're handing out focus. But the problem is he didn't. I don't want to say the problem. Let's move to this other camera so we can see what's going on. Let me move these guys down here. Okay,
yeah. I didn't see them behind that wall over there. That's
well, they just moved there. The thing of it is, if you moved them closer, if he would have like the furthest one, right, and then to as far as he could, and the other 2 inches closer, he arguably could have scored this flag if he just clears out 2 models with this Griffin, right?
Right. Well, what we're looking at right now, I think, is Mike trying to figure out without eyeless sight, you know, how many of these wind strikers is he going to get? Because there still is the option to peel the Risavos back, and they kind of demand a disproportional response if the wind strikers aren't there. You know what I mean?
I don't know what just. Oh, there's something over there that I didn't even know.
There must have been another unit down there that we didn't see.
Oh, it's the second unit of Risavos that was in our blind spot that I talked about.
Defenders. Yeah,
okay,
absolutely. They didn't ambush either, right? They were just
no. They just walked. They've been beneath the Norwood camera's field of view.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, this changes the way I feel about the game entirely. Honestly,
absolutely. This feels much less pressing now for Mike.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's almost completely out of the view. What's going on? I feel like every time I switch back and forth between these cameras, like the top camera somehow moved.
Yeah. You know, you're right. Actually, I think it might just be like creeping or something. Because we used to be able to like see the 40s. Oh, I guess we kind of can.
Yeah, it seems like we were able to see them better before.
Yeah. All right. So we've got Risavos coming in. They are still Mat 7, so they have pretty good odds of putting a dent in these wind strikers.
Yeah, so they're needing 7s to hit these wind strikers, but they're absolutely evaporating them if they hit them.
Yep. It looks like we got 1 wind striker. Let's pop it back over and see. Yeah, there's still a lot of wind strikers left.
Well, yeah, but he got, I think, the 2 more important ones that would.
Right. He does now have the ability to score his own close flag.
Right. Yeah, and I think he is technically scoring that flag right now.
Right.
And also contesting the other flag. So I think he's in a good spot there.
So if this Griffin can actually find a landing spot where it fleets to pick up these last 3 wind strikers, that is a bunch of points going in Mike's direction. But I think its landing spot just may not be there.
Well, he doesn't. Yeah, he can land. Yeah, he's got it.
Oh, there he goes.
The Griffin has reach, so he can absolutely. And he's not going to get synergy anyways. So
he does have 4 attacks at what, Mat 6 though, to hit a bunch of 8s. It's a risky proposition. I mean, at this point, it is chasing bonus points, not not strictly necessary points to maintain a good position. So,
Field initial there.
Was that an Aspis or was that a Griffin? Is Aspis no reach? No.
this is a Griffin down here.
Griffin.
It's all 7. Lead
Generator.
Praying for a 7. And look at that. We pick up both points.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. Now, mind you, Valix can probably clean this up in a heartbeat, but
but the problem is he's going to get 2 there. He's going to get at least 1 in the middle, and maybe another one up here at the top. So he's going to go up 4-0. That puts a lot of pressure on the defender. Right now, they have to start scoring, or else they just lose.
It can. The thing is about this scenario, if you offer deference to your opponent and they move in, like you can crack back on this scenario and score an unbelievable amount of points in one go. I mean, so like I played a game on this scenario where it's like I score 4 points. Oh yeah, well I'm gonna wipe out 30 points of models and score 6 points. And then like, oh yeah, well I'm gonna wipe out 25 points of models and score 6 points.
Yeah.
This is a scenario where you ain't scoring onesie twosie, you're scoring them by the half dozen.
Yeah, but I mean, the way Mike's looks like he's trying to position here, like having to deal with this infantry unit and them preventing charges by engaging things is going to make it difficult to crack back. And you're going to be cracking back into a synergy chain is what it looks like is being set up here, which is not ideal, right?
Looks like we got defenders charging a Hydrix. He checked for a Mortal Fear bubble, but he's going to try to get as many out of that bubble as possible, it looks like.
Oh, good catch, yeah. Looks like able to get
Derek
one
being very helpful and helping him place some out.
I was going to say, yep. Wonderful sportsmanship.
Yeah.
By Warmachine.
Very, very professional and crisp game with these two.
Absolutely.
And 12.
Yeah. Hydrix is a 12. Pretty good.
Do I hit your defense garbage heavy? Yes, we do. Oof.
Dice minus 3 to the 1.
And you said these guys are carrying at least one blockhead, right? So they're arm 19.
Yeah, they'll be 19 here.
Yeah. 12-19, good defensive profile to be at.
Those might have been the Mortal Feared ones. We'll see.
I think so.
Dice off 9 on the other ones. It's a good roll.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there's a miss.
Yep. Over 4 attacks, you expect to see 1, but boy, does it doesn't feel great to break momentum like that when you may just incidentally pick up a heavy. All right, and we have Lanissa Rissel sauntering on up. I reckon she's getting in position to either throw an ice bolt or be out of threat range. I think
she's going to Hunter's Mark here.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that may be why Viros is moving quite so far. Impressive, huh? But she ain't at 8.
I was just going to say, I don't think she's Arcane 8.
She might be. She's pretty
She could be. It's probably 7, though.
It's probably 7. She might be an 8. Lanissa Rissel. She's ATT 7. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Wait, she does have Vendetta, Legion, or Blighted. Are these models blighted models?
No.
Are they Legion models?
No, they are not.
They're
definitely not blighted. I this is the kind of thing that tickles my brain just so where I'm like, maybe. Talon Lashers. No, you're right. They're just Shadow Flame Shard unit. Good call. I mean, I reckon blighted is probably a keyword that doesn't really exist anymore in a meaningful sense.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like Viros isn't going to go hog wild. We're going for a more conservative play with some Hydra shooting to at least begin to reduce the quantity of.
That's right. So this comes up occasionally, and we'll catch new people. But without Pathfinder, that Jack would lose 2 speed just walking over that barrier.
The thing is, though, is it a barrier?
Yeah,
'Cause it
so I
looks to
think
me
that was
like
part of
that's
the
a wall.
terrain, which means that it shouldn't behave that way. But I think Derek was pointing out a trait of the barriers that are brought in the defenses that you can bring
I see.
from the command card.
Right.
He had the speed regardless to walk around, so I think the end result is the same.
Yeah, the existence of barriers and of conventional walls is a mind screw for many people because they're like, oh, you have the ability to bring your own walls, therefore walls and barriers must function the same way. Like, one is a wall, it's just a linear obstacle. The other is a difficult terrain wall. It's annoying that they're asymmetrical, but they are asymmetrical.
+1.
Yikes.
All right. He's got that ranged attack beginning to peel the
Did you see that dice roll? It was like hot fire. It was like a 16 or something like that. And he was already +1 on it. So yeah.
The dice tray is only offering modest protection against stray dice as well so far.
Well, at least in this case, it's going into their own models instead of models, which you know.
If you're going to throw dice at models, throw them at your own models.
Right. Yeah.
All right. I think it is, as you say, Viros pushing a lot of focus down the hand cannon.
Let's
see how he does it.
With a reload, he can probably pick up both of these dudes.
Wow, that's a lot of
for the low cost of 5 focus.
Yeah.
I mean, but hey, if he's not under threat, he's not under threat. So
yeah, I mean, I think the Cav are probably the most threatening thing on that side, but there's definitely like the Hydrix and the Vipex aren't necessarily getting there, so I think he's probably okay.
Well, and it also is going to depend on whether or not they're playing that quicksand as a cloud or if they're playing it as a quicksand, right? Because he's going to repo after he's done with this, right? So he's going to move into a certain amount of safety. There's not going to be too many things that can actually get to him once he's done doing his shenanigans.
It depends on whether they remember their swirlies and their streakies, right? But either way, I think Viros is going to be pretty safe.
I'm confused as to what's happening right now.
As am I.
I think he might be deciding to do this lights activation before Viros while also committing the Viros to.
Can I look at the end of my activation?
Position.
That's Lucky Penny now. Lucky Penny.
Slightly late Lucky Penny as well, but you know most people are generally okay with that.
Mm-hmm. I understand why the timing works like that on Lucky Penny, but it is annoying that it switched from Power Swell where it was just whenever.
Anytime. Yeah, I think the instances personally where I don't let people do it is if they've spent their entire stack and at the end they say, I would have Lucky Pennied here, and I'm like, well, you have more information than you had at the start of your activation, so
right. Yeah, you didn't know you would miss 2 cost 2 spells at the start.
In this case, that actually is a meaningful change. But if you haven't started spending yet, I think it's reasonable to let people do it. And sometimes we do a little give and take, right?
Yeah,
we can allow for a little bit of Picani.
Yeah, we help with Mortal Fear bubbles, and we Lucky Penny a little bit late sometimes. That's okay. And the game still works.
Everything just works.
Just not sure what those models are. Are those the same thing that were on the other flags?
Witchens?
I'm not really sure what happened with Viros's activation, to be honest with you.
I'm not either. He seems to have less focus. Maybe it was D-cell goes down. I think we're seeing a feat come down. This does make sense as a feat turn based on what's about to happen here. And for those who may not have remembered, because it's been an eternity since you saw this caster, Viros's feat is when any of his models are destroyed or removed from play, he gets somebody immediately moving 3 inches in his control area. So this can be get out of danger, pull a heavy from engagement, or begin to inch Imperatus toward the assassination run. So this is a really flexible feat as long as you're losing models. It essentially lets you rebate model loss with position gain.
Right, and it also allows if since he's in his own battle group, right, he can just take a 3-inch move as well. And
Yes, he
now
can.
all of a sudden, when you thought he was in threat range, he just walks his way out. And that's it.
No, yeah, as long as you're body blocking Viros with another model, you basically can't assassinate him.
Right, and he's got like 2 in front now, so I think Viros looks pretty safe.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
so
it looks like
we got 4-1.
Yep.
After bottom of 2 here.
Yep. Derek's Lasher's still picking up his close 40.
Right.
And Derek's got a fair number of points within pretty convenient reach here. The one hard thing is Aelith Vire has Inhuman Resolve, so Derek is straight up not going to score that top 40.
I just want to point out some things, like this is kind of from when I used to play chess, but Mike Ireland in his positioning has invalidated a large part of the positioning of the I don't remember the other guy's name, his army, because now they basically have nothing to attack. You know what I mean? Like they can put a bunch of points into getting these 2 flags, but after that is done, like they're just kind of equalizing on points, and they're completely out of position to do any other work, really.
Right. Well, and the other rough thing too is there are some models on the bottom of the board, like way in the south here, like this Griffin, these Risavos, stuff like that, that Derek can pick up and grab 2 points there pretty handily. The problem is Mike is still scoring this central 50, and you have to give him something if you want him to stop. Also, if you want your own central 50, you have to give Mike Ireland guaranteed 4 model moves from his feet, and that could very well equal another contest, which equals another contest, which equals another contest. So I think there's a runaway chain here. If I'm looking at this, my thoughts are I reposition with the threat range advantage, clear the bottom, keep my top, and take my 1, 2, 3 points plus the 1 extra point for scoring 2 of my own objectives, and go up 5-4 with a contest over on this 50. Leave these Risavos and just have them bogged down, using Carnate Knights to paralyze Mike Ireland's engagement prospects, and these Lashers put Aelith Vire on his butt as the very last thing of the turn. If Aelith Vire goes away, your scoring rhythm gets a lot easier for the rest of the game.
Those Lashers can drag Aelith off of that point too if he really wanted to try to double score it. So there's some options there. The Knights could easily double score those 40s if the Lashers commit to just dragging him off the point. I think the bottom 40s are very problematic at this point because his best unit scoring option is the Wormspine Shadowmancers down here. If he apparates forward, he might be able to get the entire unit on the close 40, but I don't think he's doing anything about the distant 40. So if he wants to double score those 40s after clearing that, I think he's doing it with Valix in the middle of this forest right here, which doesn't feel great.
It's not terrible though, with Valix having the ability to reposition 9 effectively. So it's not breaking your back.
Yeah, I think there's a potential spot there that is interesting if he can get all of that cleared, and I think he can between Valix and a Hydrix, and potentially Akeless if you really needed the extra.
The problem is though, if you're committing Valix that far down to you're committing Valix down on the edge of the board like that, it's like you're giving away a lot of kind of position, at least for a turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. That would be the trade-off. I think if Valix can end up in the middle of this forest right here, and the other Hydrix can get unjammed and deliver it to this other light that's on the other 50 side there, then you might be able to set an engagement point near the 50s, and then that's what you're going to be fighting over for the rest of the game. While if he clears this bottom 40 though, Mike Ireland doesn't have things that can come contest anymore.
Yeah, he has 3 Arcanus.
He's got Arcanus, and that's about it, right? And but
it's another turn of contesting, and they can theoretically contest both from where they're standing. Right? And they're not really going to be got. So they might, if he doesn't score both, then that's kind of bad for him because he's not going to score them. the following.
So I think this game is going to turn into which one of these armies can posture on the 40s and prevent contesting, and when does it hit that critical mass first?
And it seems like to me like Mike is going to be able to clear the opponent 40s permanently before Valix can clear the other 40s permanently, because he really has no good way of getting to those Arcanists down there.
It might depend on how the knights get positioned around the 40s. If he's cautious with the knights and keeps them back, or only uses one at a time to contest a 40 so that they don't get double scored, I think he can delay that snowball on the other side. But you know, if Valix is over here scoring the double 40s and you're getting one Arcanist at a time, he can easily clear all three of them and then sprint back onto the 40s in one go. So I think the break point is probably a little bit sooner for the Valix player right now. We'll see how he unpacks.
We have a Riven doing very exciting things here.
Riven-y things.
I think he's taking advantage of these Thresher attacks being simultaneous. I don't know how that interacts with Virus's feet in the current wording.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's like Valix or Riven doing Riven-y things, but also not exactly impressing anyone.
They have they've no knockdown when they're base to base.
Yep. Yeah, they have.
It looks like whichever ones he hit probably toughed there.
Yeah, I did see. It seems like he missed tough check come down.
Yeah, I think he missed more than he hit. Unfortunately, there. Riven is now Mat 7, and previously.
Although here's the thing, like I will maintain like one of my hard necessities for this turn. If I were in Derek's shoes, it's those 4 Risavos defenders must not be killed. Otherwise, you're opening up Pandora's box. The positioning of Mike's army is actually not bad for Derek right now. There's some fighting over who's going to claim the 40s and the 50s, but if you don't kill those Risavos, Mike's not getting the 50s easily because he's not getting feet moves, and you still maintain the threat advantage. So you just accept that there's 4 goobers you're going to have to live with for another turn.
Yeah.
And then pivot to the bottom, make the bottom happen. You've already got one on the top. Take Aelith off the board and make your easy points and force Mike to continue to accept being down on threat range, and that you're going to position such that it continues to matter for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I think you make a good point in that, most players are going to see their home 50 and say, well, I have to score it because it's on my side and it's going to be easy to clear. But in this case, he's going to get both of the close 40s for him and get that one bonus point. So maybe he's making up enough scenario points just without trying to clear that 50 in the middle. I think if you do decide to clear those defenders, you need to do it very early in the turn so that those movement triggers you can pivot for if those movements kind of throw the rest of your plan off.
Right. Yeah, that's the alternate avenue of play. You're exactly right. Is do them first or not at all. Yeah, because that's going to be most of Mike's most crucial feat moves, and you get to deal with the consequences all at once.
So we see Valix doing Valix things now, easily picking up.
Very much so.
Those 3 duders.
Right, and those are the important ones to pick up because those are the only ones that actually score, whereas the Griffin is just kind of a distraction.
Yeah,
it can contest, but it can't actually score any of those, right?
It looks like that. You're absolutely right. That one Arcanist is close enough to that 40 that he's easily contesting. Yeah. So there's not a good way to clear that right now.
Right.
What an absolute butthead.
Yeah, I still don't see a great way for him to score this 40, even if he clears this Griffin, though, unfortunately.
Right.
I'm not sure that unit can get over there.
Right, yeah, get the Wormspine Shadowmancers in. And Valix is not currently within range to score it himself, is he?
Yeah. No, I think he stood a little bit too far away.
Oh, womp womp. All right. Well, it looks like Derek's still going for it anyways.
Well, the models still need to be removed, right? Like you got to be contesters.
Yeah. Yeah, that Hydrix is going to be very, very out of position. He could potentially get a sprint. Or should.
Yeah, I think so. Especially with it on 0 focus. Hydrix isn't carrying any chain weapons, though, is it?
No.
Oh, bummer.
I mean,
the fact of the matter
he
is
can boost after the fact, so he's probably thinking about looking for a crit here on the armor pierce. He's going to take it, I think. POW 16. That's a good roll. Oh, that's a Brad dice right there.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, everywhere I look, I see his face.
Nice down 5. Ooh. 2 to the 6. So we're not getting the shield arm yet. Hitting well,
not missing him either,
yeah.
Which is nice.
The future sight head is nice here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that Griffin is almost dead.
There's a crit, but that's a miss. I think. He's probably going to boost after the fact here to get that crit.
I think that Griffin has its movement out.
Oh, nice. So +6 here on the armor pierce head. Yeah.
Yep. He's got the movement out. So that's just a dead Griffin. There we go.
Didn't have to roll.
Yeah, we do proc the sprint.
Yeah.
And now it's just a question of what can Derek get over there to score. He might actually be able to get death dealers in there to score. It's not the best use of them.
Oh, there is one behind that Akeless there. You're right. He might be able to get that whole unit there.
Yeah. And he's making sure to
there's still a wind striker. Never mind.
Oh,
mission accomplished.
Oh my God.
Kind of.
Look at that absolute hero.
Yeah.
I think he still has. I think it only allows him to really score the close flag, right? Because I think that one is within 3.
Okay, so he's actually weapons free with everybody else. Then,
yeah, still super solid not to have to commit one of the Death Dealer or Shadowmancer units down there.
Yeah. Man, it's once again it is the sneak attack from just off camera. How many games have we not seen the camera ambush?
Almost all of them, I think.
Yeah. All right, now it looks like we're deciding what to do with the knights. Whether they're going for a charge or a run. No, please don't do it to yourself. Don't start giving him feet moves when you don't need to. It's such a mess.
You've activated my trap card.
I mean, it could be like just knights going for like, and we're gonna charge and like just fish for crit knockdowns against your consequential models.
That might be bad.
16.
No, what have you done? It might be completely fine. I might just be being like histrionic here.
Yeah, I'm not.
You say that, but it's like, okay, well, if a unit charges and kills a model, right, then you just walk out another model from one of the charges, right?
Do we see Aelith walk closer to the 40 to just be a champion contester?
That would be such a disaster.
Yeah,
that's such a disaster. Oh no,
so good. So good.
No.
Got him.
Oh man.
Is this one per turn per model?
No, it's not.
It's not
doing it.
Yeah, it's everything. He gets to make all the moves. Every model that dies gets to make. Now each model can only move once as a part of the feat, but as many models as have die get to allow other models to move.
So Derek, taking a minute to clarify with Mike one of the charges in the newest, one of the changes in the newest edition to charge rules, that if you charge with a unit, anything that is caught in the melee range of the charging model becomes a charge target for the unit. So it sounded like Mike was a little bit confused that he was still getting charge attacks on some of these jacks, but they were all in melee range of that initial cav model that moved, so they were all valid charge targets.
Right.
Yep, exactly. And if you are a returning player, unit charges are easily one of the least intuitively written rules.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's really cute.
Looks like we might get some repos out of these cav just to be super annoying.
Yep.
They're
We
also
did
pretty sweet synergy targets.
Yep. We did get the knockdown on the Hydra, but honestly, the damage is done from killing Lanissa, I think. So it looks like he's got one knockdown. He's actually got Imperatus physically wedged in with Knights. So even though he's lost this point on the top, it is now at least available to him to clear these Risavos at relatively little cost. Like, what's the worst? Some Aspis and Griffin action is going to happen, and that's about as good as it gets. All right, so we're taking tough checks on Risavos and moving back for feet. So if Derek gets all four, Mike actually does have an option to begin getting his Griffins into some pretty ridiculous positions.
Yep.
But I think he's still positioning himself for the long game here.
Yeah, so Mike just taking a minute to clarify what he had Derek had left to activate so that he could inform his feet move there. We got an overtake from the Idrix from that blade back.
Yep. And we are really benefiting from Murderous here on this battle group this turn.
Oh, I guess the same model can move multiple times during
it absolutely can.
Yeah, see, this is
amazing.
This is
Virus's feet is Wolf's feet, but you trade the attack for an extra engine.
Whew! That's good.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, it really lets you either evade danger or set up future runs. And it looks like at this point, Mike's mostly using it to set up a contest. It doesn't matter if you kill my Risavos. If it were me, I would still probably take the Risavos because screw those guys. And then maybe you get a bonus light. Because it's going to take a fair amount of moving to sneak this other Griffin in if you clear the one contester.
Yeah, so well of hate already just paying dividends from this one activation here.
Oh, not when you roll like that though.
Yeah, that was a crit AP miss, unfortunately, in 3 days.
All right, here we go. We'll see where this next feat move takes us.
Or not. Like he wanted to take it. Okay. So now he's got a sprint and an overtake, 7 inches of movement potentially. Mm-hmm. He's going to stay close to that 50 though.
Yep, of course.
Yeah, but that one Griffin might just finish him off because he's already taken quite a bit of damage. And that Griffin could be the end of this energy chain. So at the end of this energy chain, lots of damage happens.
Yeah. Are we looking at my resolution's a little fuzzy. Are we looking at a Griffin or an Aspis that just snuck his way in?
I think that's an Aspis.
It might be.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Looks like we're going to get a charge from a Paragon.
And then possibly followed up by Death Dealers just to make sure it's really gone.
Yeah, so no crit there, but that is a connect. He's teeing up some damage here so that the Death Dealers are Weapon Masters when they come in, since they have that finisher roll.
He's going to soak it with a focus. So good.
Still some damage goes through. As long as there's 1 point on that Aspis, that's the most important thing from the Death Dealer's perspective.
Yeah. So
I'm interested to see how much stuff Mike takes off the table next turn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
20?
spicy meatball.
20.
Yikes.
Jiminy criminy.
He just aced it. So one of those Death Dealers will get a sidestep.
Oh my god. To Numby, yes, that is correct. When we're looking at the bottom of the board, if I kick our layout, Hero Wind Striker did not kill Hero Arcanist. So while Mike is not making points, Derek is not scoring Mike's objective either. All right, and we are seeing the lives of those lashers get even harder. We got Belagul coming in, shaving some focus. Wormspine Shadowmancers shaving the rest. Establishing that the Hydrix on the bottom is in fact contesting the objective, so the Arcanists are sad for the rest of time.
Yeah, but they can stay kind of where they're at and still contest that one too. So preventing at least a point.
Yep. And we have Derek actually executing like a substantively complex turn, and he's still more or less on parity with Claw.
Yeah,
absolutely. Just very efficient time management.
Yeah, Mike is going to spend a lot of time making attacks, so I think Derek is like he's maintaining the right position on points, and I think he's starting to introduce a new attack vector, which is Claw, just by that very crisp play. Which model is he attacking? I think
he's attacking the contester.
He's attacking the Jack.
The Jack flag. Oh, I thought he was attacking the double flag contester.
No, that guy has inhuman resolve. I mean, if it were me, though, I would be trying to put Aelith Vire on his butt, because you don't get a lot of opportunities to do it for free, and this is a rare one. But he does put pretty dang good damage on an Aspis.
You know, the Lashers have Repo 2 as well, so I think there's a line where you could walk to the other side of Aelith, pull him off of your point, and actually repo back onto it.
Oh, that's a good
scoring
point.
Coming down.
We opt not to do it. We're still at 4-4, which is not terrible. And, you know, I think even when Mike takes his crackback, Derek still has plenty of material to go and at least make sure that top side is not a runaway. We've got a Vipex waiting in the wings. We still have Shadowmancers. He has plenty of grip speed to keep it slow. And as long as he keeps the action focused away from there, I think he's in good shape.
Very good game.
Yeah. Keith, if you're in Mike's shoes, what are your top target priorities here? What do you think you're going for first?
I think I'm going to clear out those calves. But I mean, the first priority is to clear out those models up there with the 2 flags, right? Those have to be cleared so you can start scoring there. And then you kind of basically want to push the line of engagement as far back away from them as possible, towards the 2 center 50s to prevent any contesting or scoring of those. So that's kind of my plan. That's a lot of models to have to clear with not a ton of attacks, but all very high quality attacks. Probably counterintuitively, I want to start with the heavies to clear off the infantry to free up start the synergy chain and allow the lights to get in there and make some charges or whatever as well. But
I reckon
order of activation is kind of interesting here, because like, do you need the synergy chain for the hit so that the Aspices of the North can make and kill the 2 models up there, or do you need to use that model up top to start the synergy chain? So, you know, there's a lot of considerations with synergy and what the defensive values of the things you need to remove.
Right. I mean, you could either take Viros as a great synergy chain starter or a synergy chain finisher, and just going into those lashers, he can essentially do either one.
Right.
But you know, yeah, the Cav is a great place to get those numbers going, and Mike definitely wants to, as you say, push away from those top 40s as much as possible. That means he's going to need to jackhammer his activations, i.e., push with the back of his army first, so the front of his army can punch in deeper.
So he can absolutely get there if he has reach. Even if he doesn't have reach, that might be an inch. Oh, and that's only 6 inches, right? So if he charges, he definitely gets there. So yeah, clearing off the cavalry with a heavy, starting with the one closest to the yellow 50 mil might be kind of important, you know, in allowing the those lights to start punching higher than their weight class.
You kill that, we score all of this. You win. So where do we put focus? Defense and armor this thing?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the concern would be that Mike can, like, if Mike kind of really needs to get those top 2 flags cleared so that he can trade the double scoring, right, as quickly as possible.
I mean, I think Virus is the man for it. He's got the defensive profile, whether he's carrying Synergy Chain or starting it. He can score both those 50s on his own. And he has reposition to play a little bit for angles, particularly if you put Aelith Vire in the way to just flummox that Vipex. Like, if Virus is standing such a Aelith Vire is blocking the Vipex's charge range, he can't be reached because you can't remove Aelith Vire.
So I guess he decided he needed to contest both flags. I guess that's what he's doing there. Oh, actually what he's doing is, this is good. What he's doing is, if he kills that model, even if the Arcanists don't live, right now he has to put another, either his caster or another unit there. And there's not really any close units, right? So he might not be able to score if he kills that model down there. That really can buy him a lot of time.
Or demand that Valix sit there.
Right. I mean, which just puts it kind of out of play, right?
Yeah. Although if Mike's plan involves pushing the line of engagement further away from his securely scored 40s, Valix might not object tremendously to just hanging out down there.
Yeah, but the problem is, like, if Mike army clears as much as he hopes he clears, then there's not going to be a lot left of the Valix army. That's you know, they're going to have to almost run to get to where they need to be, which then just kind of feeds the synergy chain again the following turn. So
yeah, absolutely fair point. Looks like we're seeing the Aspis actually come out to try and clear these lashers here. He does certainly make it easy if you can get those attacks to land.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if maybe he would use Viros to do that at the end. The reason being that, like, he would allow himself to be in the right place for his jacks to do all the synergy that he needs to, and then if he moves away to clear off that last stuff, the synergy chain for those models is already complete, right? So they don't need to be in synergy chain anymore, or in control area for the synergy chain.
Aspis does crank the synergy chain, but does not kill anything. Oh, Ike, what are your thoughts for this one?
Yeah, I'm as a Chimera player, I'm hoping that these Cavs stick around a lot longer than Mike expects them to.
And that's possible.
Yeah, I just think he's mathing out how to efficiently go clearing the center mass from the board, and I'm hoping that the Cav here throw a wrench into the efficiency of the whole thing.
Right.
So he can just walk and get there, apparently. So he doesn't even need to charge. So he didn't actually even need to clear that guy.
Do they have Unbreakable?
Yeah, I was like, wait a second, you stroke it out.
Yeah. There
Unbreakable? You mean
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable? Do you need Unstoppable to just walk out of melee?
And keep your combat action, yeah.
Oh, okay, so as long as he's staying in combat. Okay, so yeah. All right.
So I think this is One of the tricks here is so clearing out that center mass of models. We're looking at, you know, some death dealers who are good damage, Riven who is good damage, and, you know, some Cav who are mostly tanky bodies, and a Wraithwing Paragon. Clearing that out gains access to points. But, you know, the fact of the matter is, when we come down to like materiel, none of those are models that are really essential to Derek's plan. You know, it's essentially a dense concentration of bait that might result in him giving up some heavies. So I'm curious to see what the like how this shakes out.
Oh, so there's a
Good start. Does Mike still have a unit left to score the top 40s? He has the Arcanist. They've already activated, but he does have Viros himself. Viros can very easily grab both of those. Yep, Hydra's peeling the Knights pretty good, even with a single stack of synergy.
Yeah.
So this is what we
and
didn't want to see for the Chimera player.
It's not just
obviously
synergy; a concentrated power as well. So
Yeah.
it's like +3 on one stack, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are certainly efficient enough to get this done.
Yep. And we have the Griffin coming in on Riven.
And now
he's
it's
got +2/+2.
Yeah, well, +2/+2 from synergy, and another +2 potentially from concentrated power, which makes him very a lot stronger. Right?
5 damage, 7 left. Even at Mat 8, that's still going to miss.
Yeah, so that means our Arcanists are not going to be the ones scoring the 40s.
No, it has to be Viros at this point.
Oh yeah.
He gets him. There goes Riven.
Yeah, now and with extra
focus
attacks.
to spare.
Yeah, focus. Yeah, extra attacks like he can buy. He's going to buy onto the next one. Yeah. What's so good about synergy is those lights really are almost as powerful as normal heavies. He might just kill the other one too while he's at it, just, you know, casually.
Yep, he connects, coming in at not much off, but he needs big numbers for the damage. And no, that's about half its health.
Yeah, but still a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. And now Imperatus, that last Aspis, and Virus himself are all sitting at a +3/+3. So I reckon that's more than enough power to wipe out a Knight and three Death Dealers and a mostly dead Wraithwing Paragon.
I'm not sure exactly where Viros is gonna end up, but that Aspis almost looked like it blocked off the landing spot that I would have saved for him. So
he's got a 2-inch melee range, and he's got repo. So I imagine he probably ends up.
Yeah, he can shenanigans his way into the right spot. Yeah, he's gonna charge in, kill 2 models, or attempt to kill 2 models, and get it done. But he needs to be in the spot where he's at right now for the Jacks to have their synergy chain.
How did Imperatus just teleport?
He didn't. He walked around the other model.
Oh, he walked.
Yeah,
around.
and then he.
Whoa, still hits.
Yeah.
Thank God for Mat 10.
Yeah, synergy is a hell of a drug, I'm telling you. Yeah, and he's just going to clean up models. Yeah, I mean, he's +3/+5, right? Like,
Right, wiping out the Death Dealers first, figuring leave the Knights for later, presumably.
Well, the Death Dealers do a lot of damage to anything that has a damage point on it, right? So,
and the Knights do not do a lot of damage. Death Dealers also grievous wounds, so they have the opportunity to turn off Phoenix Protocol.
Oh, yeah, that's bad. Yeah.
I mean, Imperatus may just get them all.
Oh yeah, it's like the Ret synergy chain is very legit.
Knight's still there, but we still
Yeah, but
have
there's a whole
cleanup
nother
crew,
there's
too.
a whole nother Jack there to activate and virus. Yeah, so
Aelith just
he's gonna
swirling around and clearing that landing spot for the caster.
Yep.
This is Mike is accomplishing this very intensive turn quite expeditiously.
Oh yeah, he's only spent 9 minutes off his clock to do all this so far.
He's about at 11 minutes, but yeah, this is a pretty good clip for getting done what he needs to get done.
Yep.
And I think this is the first game where we're seeing like clock pressure just be sort of, both these guys like really managing it, and it's not a serious dread for their ability to continue to play the game. And then we got Viros coming in with a Mat 11 to clean up the second goober.
Well, the first goober, but I'm not sure why he even needs to roll damage, but sure. Yeah, he didn't roll all ones.
Yeah,
that's the first goober, and now here's the second goober.
Mm-hmm. Now it Snakes gets him, and he's coming in at dice +3.
Oh, he snaked it.
Ooh.
We got one left. That's unfortunate for him. If he hits, that's it. He did.
Yep.
I'll
toast him.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to roll sneaks kills, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
And now he just repositions into score. Boom.
Yep. He's got him. Even no camp, he's still got himself a shield guard. Like that's a position you can feel good about.
Yeah, and not only that, like only one model can get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That Vipex is a little scary there on a 0 camp.
Mm-hmm. The Knight can just leave melee with Imperatus and say, "Hi guys."
Yeah, so there's Valix can vanish, feet, and then run to catch him in his control area. I don't know if he's got the distance to do that, but it is a 15-inch move and then the 12-inch control area. So if he's 27 inches away, which he may be too far, just eyeballing it from here, but he could still catch him in feet. And then you're talking about auto knockdowns and auto paralysis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit, it's pretty far away though. So I think he's.
And it's far away, and we're at 4 to 8 right now. Derek's essentially lost, janky like contesting models and support models and the death dealers.
It's 4 to 8, Mike. Is that what you're saying?
4 to
Mike
8.
got 8.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But Derek still has essentially what is it literally his entire battle group left? Like that's a decent chunk to still go to war with. I don't know that he needs to play needs to try and play like a desperate assassination game, because he's got 2 points he can pick up at the bottom.
Well,
he can pick up that Griffin very easily and pick up another 2 points plus the bonus point, and then walk a Knight to contest.
But the problem is if his caster has to pick up those 2 flag points, right? Then his battle group can only go so far and make attacks because hordes, right?
Well, so essentially where his caster has to be is like off slightly to the right of this Hydrix down here to get all 3 guys in his melee range, and then he can vanish and sprint on top. But yeah, I see your point that he has to essentially be very close to where the Hydrix is to get those 2 objectives.
Right.
Once again, it's not terrible, because what Derek one avenue of play for Derek is he doesn't necessarily need to get his battle group very far. Essentially what he can do is just redraw the line, peel this Griffin, and and continue to play with a 1-point advantage. And more and more of Mike's army has to be dribbled into this center.
Well, right, but if Mike only loses the Griffin, I think Mike's pretty happy about that.
Oh, here we got a Valix feat coming. I'm concerned about what what Derek is going to use to contest the 40s at this point, because you're talking about throwing battle group models up there, which is
there is a solitary Knight with Unstoppable who can.
Yeah, that's a good. But that'll buy us a turn for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a feet move or feet out of Valix. He's going to try to erase this Griffin himself.
Which shouldn't be too difficult, to be quite honest. I think the Griffin's already taken some damage from a charge, and Valix has proven that they can take a Griffin down by itself.
Ooh, there you go.
10 damage off that chain weapon is a nice start.
But will she be able to get into double scoring range of the 2 flags is the question after that. I don't know that it was measured, and I think his own model's kind of in his way.
Yeah, I don't think that's part of his plan yet at this point. He might sprint forward to try to cover the more models with his feet.
Oh yeah, he could very
50.
well just make a run at Imperatus with like, hey, guess what? Here's a Hydrix that's armor piercing you on every attack.
Yeah. So I think he's going to back up just enough to make sure his feet is covering that stuff, and then posture, threaten Virus.
Yeah, it's interesting that that both these players have so many avenues of play at their fingertips.
Yeah, this has been a great match. Absolutely,
such a great game.
I think my out here is like kill your army.
My out here is he kills what? What was just said?
Kill your army, I think he said.
Great work if you can get it.
I know. I think what he means is to continue to attrition and sandpaper the army down.
He's got to get at least 2 points to stay in the game and contest, which is not hard. I mean, there's 2 points right there in the center, guaranteed. More is better, but we don't know how much he's actually going to be able to scrape from the bottom. It is possible, depending on where models go, that if they run, that these Shadowmancers can make it to this bottom flag. But we might also be looking at frenzies if we do that. So.
I am the proxy base right now. Yeah, Urcaen.
Oh, he's throwing a hunter's mark.
Yep, he's gonna use the hunter's mark without activating the Vipex.
Clever girl.
No.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes the dice say no.
That they do.
I think he vanished to there when he didn't need to because he had a sprint on deck.
That's true.
But
looks like we are seeing the Enrage come out on the Hydrix.
Hydrix is pissed. Looks like he might have to use the Vipex to get that hunter's mark now, because I'm not sure he has the distance on the Hydrix to get to Imperatus.
Yeah, because it's what, 6, 9, 10 total?
Yeah, because the armor pierce one is only 1 inch.
Yeah.
It does have a 2-inch diviner head, but he needs that extra hunter's mark distance. No Well of Hate this turn, I don't think so. Hoping that Mat 6 Hydrix can get it done with the Arcanist.
He's got enough attacks. And like at this point, kind of who cares if he frenzies?
Well, you care if he frenzies. Well, I guess, yeah, never mind. Ooh, not like that.
That'll hit. Just overtaking slightly.
6. I don't know if it's 6 hits. I guess. Nope.
He boosts after the fact with True Sight.
Future Sight, yeah.
Future Sight, yeah. Thank you. There's your sprint move.
Yep.
Right, but the problem is the person that you would think is the person that can actually score it, the caster, is unable to do so now. So now we kind of have a problem.
The thing is, if he puts the Shadowmancers down on his close 40, he's only ceding 1 point because he's still getting 2 close objectives.
Right.
Yeah, here we go. It's coming out. Shadowman trying to secure it. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 with the 2 central 50s.
Yeah, so you see Derek there before even touching a model confirms that the runner is within 14 of that 40. So on a straight line run, he's in contesting range. So
Absolutely,
the 2 placers will get there, but it's nice, clean confirmation before touching the models.
Right. Yeah. Once again, like the professionalism in this game being evidenced is
Very nice.
Yeah.
So he's gonna hit, and it's gonna be an automatic knockdown here because
My guy doesn't have to be yours. It's my guy. It's your guy.
Oh man. Oh man, there we go.
Mike Ireland complaining, but this is actually the harder version of the feat.
That's true. This board state is so weird, especially on this scenario, that the armies have essentially pivoted to attacking each other north south.
Playing on the opposite table edges than we're used to.
Well, I'm Cal 16. I said the wrong thing. 2, 9.
Yep, and getting some good warm-up damage on Imperatus before the automatic armor piercing starts.
Yeah, so I was thinking he's going to have to get through Phoenix Protocol here too, but it shouldn't be a problem.
No. I mean, honestly, at this point, we're almost looking at like the Vipix dropping a Hunter's Mark just to maybe bonus pick up that Hydra. Although I don't know that the Hydra is in feet.
I think he measured to it. I'm not sure exactly which vanish he committed to, but I wouldn't be surprised if it were just at 12.
Right.
Yeah, and now the Hunter's Mark, the Vipix could theoretically Hunter's Mark Imperatus and then run to that point if he wanted to. If he feels like that's something that's important to do.
Yep.
God, what a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I gotta leave in like 20 minutes, unfortunately.
All good. We will be sure to tell you how it goes.
Please do.
We're only.
I guess I'll be able to watch the video end.
There's only 27 minutes left.
I know. I'm contemplating just being late. Yeah. This is worth watching.
He does land the Hunter's Mark, so it's down.
Okay.
Well, a lot easier to land when it's knocked down.
Yes, it
He already
is.
clubbed one roll. He probably should have moved to the cavalry first.
He's not moving the Vipix, interestingly.
Yeah, so I guess he's either decided that he doesn't need to contest that 140, or I mean, it's probably a combination of needing the model to continue doing attrition work too.
Yeah. So he can go 7 to 9 here, which is good enough to stay in.
Yeah, I do think after casting that Hunter's Mark, you probably want to bring that Vipix further south at least, so that he can continue to threaten heavies. It looks like he's in threat of virus retaliation just right there.
Numby, I want to sleep real bad, but I must.
Yeah, this is a game worth staying up for. This is a great game.
Really is. Great.
So Hydrix, you can see already triggering the Phoenix Protocol. It looks like.
Yeah, just on that one attack.
So it hits again. He can overtake here to pick up that.
He already measured, so that he could get into the other jack.
Yeah, you can start to just grab bonuses here.
Yeah, so he's already got a sprint on deck too. So he's going to score these 50s.
Yeah,
that's an unfortunate miss, but
I think we might be seeing the beginning of the end if this Hydra goes down.
I agree.
Yeah, like I said, if Mike only loses to Griffin, he's in a great spot. But now he might be losing too much to continue to play the game. Right?
18 down to 9. Dice of
89 because it's enraged.
Yep, dice plus 9. Lordy, look at that damage come in. Oh my god.
And he even spent a focus to knock 5 of it off. That was 14 after the -5.
Plus 9.
Looks like another 14 should be.
Oh yeah, that gets him either way.
Can he overtake and get the other?
Overtake and just get greedy and get the Aspis? Like, you're so far out of models.
Yeah,
I only need one War Beast to untap.
He's into. So this, unfortunately, he would actually be looking for crits here because that Aspis is definitely not in control range. doing a little Fury math, coming to the conclusion of screw it, let's go big.
Mhm.
It's already gone big, so everything.
No,
anything
he's making the educated decision to not be greedy.
Yeah, which I think is the correct call because it means he can still have both his Hydrix on deck or his Hydrix and his fly picks.
Yeah, and
Whatever
this is the brutal part. Pick up 2 heavies, and now I'm going to walk away from you.
Yeah.
Just barely maintaining melee with the Aspis, and it looks like using Ackless to grab the other flag, or does
Valix might be
Valix
on that
already have
150.
it?
Yeah, I think he does. But I think, this is a free Ackless activation. He can get as much utility out of this as possible.
Mhm. Just putting him into body block. It's not a bad plan.
Bring Pythia back central. What a great turn.
Yeah, we're pausing. We're going 7 to 9. So Derek just staying in on points. But 8. What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. He is getting 4 points. So he's more than just. I think we might be seeing the beginning of the end here.
More than the beginning. Like I said, I think Mike might have lost just a couple too many jacks there to really. There's just too much battle group.
To Janan, what was it that just did the giga damage? So that's a Hydrix with a crit armor piercing horn, and enrage from Belagol, but he was also attacking models under Valix's feet. So that crit armor piercing just armor pierces every time, and when he touches a Retjack, it's for dice +9.
Yeah.
Under the feet, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and so, the Valix list is bringing several crit knockdown effects to the Knights, and the Lashers are in there for that same reason. So as long as they're hitting on their attacks, you're getting some knockdowns, and then you're basically auto hitting with insane armor pierced horns. So
yeah, exactly.
Man, Valix is pretty hot. I was not expecting him to be this cool, but he is quite cool.
Valix kit is fantastic now.
Yeah, and like Valix himself, I think, killed 2 or 3 lights and just sprinted away. Like that.
Yeah. So he's killed. He's killed
work that he himself has done.
He definitely killed at least 2 lights. Yeah. He's a beast.
So does Mike have a rebound play here? That's the biggest question.
He has to clear that cavalry model up there.
Which at 4 boxes is not the end of the world. It's shutting down the scoring in the long run that's going to be the challenging part, because now we're at a situation where like Derek can still drip feed into Mike's objectives, but man, those southern 40s are so far away from everything.
Yeah, I think this is over for Mike. Unfortunately, I don't know what else he has. There's nothing down that side of the board at all.
Yeah, the bottom 40s are now in auto 1 and soon to be in auto 2, probably 3, because he's usually going to be scoring a 50 in retaliation each turn as well. I think that this middle light has to, at minimum, come around this Hydrix and contest both 50s, but then it's getting picked up for free by Valix or Ackless or this Hydrix. You've got options. The Arcanists are going to be trivial contesting pieces, and then you're just left with Viros, Aelith, and one light jack that are just not going to be able to hang.
Right. Yeah. This energy chain is too weak at this point to really continue to do.
Which is incredible, because we saw that synergy crackback, which looked so impressive,
and it was impressive,
and it was absolutely. And then the Valix crackback was just that much more
it really
also impressive. It's just like this is the give and take of attrition, right? Like
a Warmachine.
Yeah. Very good game.
I think we're looking at, I don't know if Mike has hit and run in his list, but I mean, that's certainly one way for him to stay in the game, at least for a moment, is Aelith Vire charges and hit and runs onto an objective. But yeah, I mean, I think you guys are right. This is at at this point, like hanging in for tie breaks kind of situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Get
Yeah.
as many points as you can for tie breaks. Get, you know, I don't know how much that matters in the team tournament. You know what I mean? And what the tie breaks are, I think, team win losses, right? Not control points. So,
you know, just something to remark on. The Viros list is quite impressive on its melee offense, but it is running a tricky game where it's attempting to bait you into a fight. And you know, just watching the setup of this game, one thing I do have to observe is while it's still impressive, this Viros list is starting to feel long in the tooth relative to Mark IV armies. And I think one of the things that like just popped out to me right away in watching this game is just the shortage of incidental ranged attacks. Whereas Eric is essentially running a melee specialist list, but it does have, like, you know, it can put a little bit of pressure on you by poking you, and, you know, cleaning up like messy landing spots or messy engagement points. Whereas this Viros list, which is very much designed like Mark I, Mark II, Mark III armies, where there's a heavy melee emphasis, and it just doesn't have that pressure. And I think that's an immediately noticeable difference in between these two dedicated melee forces.
I would say that's true, but I don't remember the Legion, the Dusk list. Is that who this is? Dusk,
Chimera, yeah,
Chimera. So the Chimera army doesn't really have any ranged attacks either. Its range attack is kind of the caster sprinting in and sprinting out, right? Like, if you want to consider that a range attack, it kind of is a very short range attack. I think the thing that, you know, on Mike's part, the mistake that was made is that first free Griffin, right? I don't think he saw that coming. Maybe he did, but I think he tried to position it so that he wasn't going to lose any of those pieces, and losing that first Griffin for free, I think, kind of was enough of a points give in this match that's so close that it might have been enough, right? Because like every part of the synergy chain that goes down really significantly weakens the army.
All right, we got an Aspis going toe to toe with a Hydra. These Aspises, though, like, their native power is not exactly the most impressive thing.
Yeah, but they're 5 points.
That's
like,
true.
Yeah. What do you want? I mean, they're you know, with full synergy plus the Arcanist, they go from POW 11 to POW 16s for 5 points. Like, you'd be good to you know, some just single arms on jacks in Mark IV are more than 5 points, right?
It looks like this Aspis has actually managed, or is about to manage, to secure himself a point with a beatback chain, so maybe the damage doesn't matter so much.
Oh, it looks like it's mattering.
That is pretty hot.
It may not end up killing it, but
Oof. That's a nice play.
So Mike is at least keeping himself in enough points to keep the clock running.
Right.
And we are going to have Aelith Vire, it looks like, do a charge into a hit and run play, which is always a classy way to maintain your points.
Or is he just running?
Or he's just running.
Looks like just a run.
Yep. So looks like we got Mike making 4 points here because he's got the 3 objectives plus 2 close. Derek is still making 2 on the bottom, though. So we're at 12 to 10, I believe this takes us.
He just got 1 on the bottom because the Shadowmancer's only got the 1. But they're soon gonna be getting double scoring on every turn.
Yeah.
Yep. And now Derek
how
has
many
to
turns
choose.
are left is the question.
Yeah.
There might only be 1 turn left, and then it might be that one of them is ahead enough on points, that like every point mattered, and maybe it's goes down to 7 rounds, and one has only one more point than the other. I'm not sure what round it is. It looks like, what is it, the bottom of 6, top of 6, top of 7? I don't know.
Looks like we're letting Hydrix take the threshold check, the central one. He's fine on a Snake Eyes. And we are, looks like this is the top of 5. I think with that many rounds left and the fact that Derek is going to be making 2 points no matter what, essentially all we got to do is just run down the round time. He's just going to make up that deficit.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you can clear that middle light jack off easily with either the Hydrix or Aclix, and then get that Hydrix onto that unit of Arcanist, and he can overtake through it. I think you cast Well of Hate, and then it's pretty pretty reasonable. There's also a cute Valix play you can do where you charge Aelith, drag him 3 inches towards Valix, vanish backwards
and make
3 inches, and drag him another 3 inches, so you can get him 6 inches away from wherever he was standing.
Make that inhuman resolve not matter so much.
Yeah,
exactly. Go the Arcanists.
Crit knockdown coming in.
Ooh, snakes.
Crit-ness.
It's a crit miss.
Pretty hot.
It's a crit.
Yep. Still dice -3, but not so great when you roll 3 2s.
Valix just keeps saying, "I'll do it myself."
And Valix has been pretty successful at it.
Yeah. Looks like we got 5 left.
Yep. Miss again. Good job, Valix, you goober.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god! I spoke way too soon here.
Could. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Derek.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, so he's gonna get his sprint too. Oh, with 2.
Get the wild mark going in.
Yeah.
That's a risky hunter's mark, but good.
He's keeping it just so he can
keep that Hydrix in control as it does its work.
Mm-hmm.
So free charge from the hunter's mark.
Yeah, but
he might not be able to get that third one.
He's not going to be able to get the third one.
He's 2-inch melee. He'll get it just fine.
Oh, he has a diviner head too. That's right. So he can potentially deliver that last one out there. So he'll overtake
the boost.
Keep cleaning
overtakes in. Just short of the 1-inch melee.
Good rolls to hit here for sure.
We got the overtake, and then we're into bot territory. But with 3 fury to get it done, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
No, yes, problem.
It might turn into a problem. Let's find out.
I guess he did have the 1 on the blockhead, so that was the diviner. Look like he's buying here. There you go.
That'll hit.
So that one can split it in 2.
Yep. Still gets a sprint.
Super safe. Now you've got a Hydrix and a Vipex that are free to go do whatever the heck they want to do.
There's still that Jack hiding behind the tree. I don't know if you see that up there next to Virus.
Yeah, yeah. I think that.
But I think he's out of threat at least.
So we got to make sure those objectives are contested. Otherwise, Mike will go up to 15, and Derek will only cap out at 12. Unless he has some magic play to get Aelith Fire to go away, but I don't think that's in the cards. What did you say the weapon loadout was on these Hydrixes again?
They have Diviner heads, block heads, and horn piercers, and then the overtake back.
I see. Yeah, so it looks like we got a Hydrix shuffling his jolly self in there.
I have a question. Like, beasts. out of control area? Do they contest still, right?
Oh yeah, they still contest. Absolutely.
It's just if they're wild, they don't contest, right?
So looks like he's trying to find that sweet Hydrix spot, so he only commits one model to contesting both of those 40s. But
I think
not
it's going
quite
to take
finding
him
that sweet
two.
spot.
I think
Yeah.
Fire was positioned perfectly so that he couldn't
Yeah.
really do that. Yeah.
I mean, all you got to do is put him in and make sure Aelith Fire winds up on his butt. Not much required beyond that. You know, this is not the kind of thing you want to overthink here.
He's got 5 minutes. Don't worry about it.
It looks like he is going for a charge. Yep. Sure, why not? Oh, no. Just the run.
I don't think he can. I mean, he could. I guess he could get the charge in the initials, right? But then no boosts after that, right?
Yep. Oh, he still has Pythia down there. I forgot she existed.
Oh yeah, he put her there just as another model to have to, right? Have to deal with to.
Atlas puts Aelith in the dirt. Pythia rolls around.
So did that other Hydrix just walk forward?
I think so. So Mike's still making 1 point, but it's enough to keep him in. So we're up to 12 to 14 going into bottom of 5. And he's just got to drip feed it at this point.
And then Aelith goes away.
If I had you run if you're engaged, we have to. Yes, if he doesn't die. Yeah, I'm ready. I got 2 models.
2 models, 5 minutes. Yeah, I think those bottom points are gonna close him out. So the maximum he can score here, even if he goes on like more crazy beat back shenanigans somehow, the most he's getting is 3, and it's just not going to equalize that. It's just not going to equalize that 2 points every player's turn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just too much. And if he wants to do work with his last 2 models, then the 50s aren't getting contested either. So
right,
you're talking about 6 points.
Yeah,
5 points.
Yep. Yeah. So, you know, but that he's still going with 4 minutes on his clock and 2 models left on the board. Once again, this is like consummate, the consummate professionalism of the 2 players here.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my gosh. It just occurred to me that our break between rounds is going to be fairly minimal here.
Yeah. Enough time for me to refill my my drink cup and then get back on.
Yeah. Looks like we got the Aspis just dorking around punching that ooh, that's a spicy damage roll.
Yeah, Virus gonna try to clean up double score.
Power 15.
Not minus much against the Vipix. Ooh,
should be 1 because it's an arc node head. So yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get it in a couple of chops.
About 12.
Oh, he's taking his cannon shot.
Another attack.
Looks like the Vipix got about 9 left.
That looks like
That's
that
enough.
gets it.
That looks like a lot right there. Yeah.
Yep, and
Repo
that
back in.
Hydrix was on its last leg, so we are seeing the 2 points. But yeah, you're right. Derek's gonna pick up 5, and we're gonna go 17 to 16.
And then it's going to be just Viros after this turn. So, like,
Yep, super duper.
16.
Alex is going to get to scarf back to full, maybe even cut for 1. Yep, there it is.
I don't even know that he needs to do anything. All he really needs to do is just pass the turn, honestly.
Mm-hmm. You can still commit the Hydrix.
Sure.
Make Viros come off the objective, take
Nah,
the
he
points, and just give him no outs whatsoever.
There's a crit.
Oh, look at that.
+8 here. Might just one-shot it.
20 damage, yeah. Okay.
Oh, I got like 5 or 6 left.
Yeah.
The 5 from his shield, probably.
Yeah.
It's gonna miss.
Straight dice.
Dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
that's,
Aspis.
And then that Hydrix gets to sprint to contest. Oh, it looks like he ate some of the focus.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be good here, though.
That'll take him out.
Down 3. He lives.
Nope. He's still alive.
Bounced. That's funny.
Straight dice.
Okay, now it's super dead. Yep, and exactly right. He overtakes and sprints and comes and contests. So Mike is making 1. And yeah, and Derek continues to make 5. So we're at 22 to 17.
Yeah, I think at this point, I think it's
Just a handshake.
thank you for the game. Yeah, because it's just literally Viros can't do anything to prevent a scenario loss here, and Valix is just incredibly safe. No,
He can make 3 more points if he kills a full health.
Right. Which
full
Yeah.
health Hydrix.
That's what he should
Might
do.
as well
You should-
try.
You should make the 3 points if you can. Like,
Yeah.
that's what you would do in a tournament. Right? Make the 3 points. You know, give yourself as many VPs as possible. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Defense. 12. 4. Armor. 19. -5.
Yep. Titan Gladiator stat line. Always a good place to be.
It's
Oh!
There you go.
And Virus
not
is
sure how
certainly
many,
making a game of it.
Oh, he's pretty full. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't even know if Virus is going to kill him.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
it's not
unfortunately,
terrific.
armor 19 is not a great
Yeah.
point for him to be. He wants to be boosting, but he just doesn't have enough.
Right.
Wants to buy attacks too. So.
Yeah, essentially he needs to dice this
Yeah.
this high to get rid of it. Not
Yeah.
looking particularly likely.
There's a decent one. All right, guys. Great game. I got to dip out.
Yeah.
I might be able
Thanks
to
for
come
being
back
with
in
us.
for the next round, and maybe we'll still be talking about this game. But it was a pleasure to watch these 2 players play. So
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Ike. Thanks for your
Absolutely.
expertise, and we will catch you again soon.
all right. See you later.
All right. Take care.
That was nice. That was a good game.
That was a
All right,
great
there
game.
you go.
Yeah.
It was a superlative game. Well, I'm gonna pop that on mute. So because we had sort of such a long denouement on this one, I think we've covered a lot of commentary, around the shape of this game. But Keith, do you have any closing thoughts for us on how this game went?
Yeah, honestly, this was probably, we've had several very clean games. This is probably the cleanest I've seen. And not only was it clean, but the turns were super decisive, super, super fast for the amount of business that needed to be taken care of. Both players really had a plan and understanding of what needed to happen on every single turn and how to execute it. And they went about it very deliberately. And this is really a top grade game to really if you're looking to play to take your game to the next level, like
Mhm.
if you were playing as either of these players, I mean, both of these guys were executing it at such a high level. It's unfortunate that only one of them could have won,
Mhm.
but the game was just so well played on both ends, and I think
Yeah.
it really came down to just some very minor positioning mistakes or a little bit of game knowledge. I think from Mike Ireland being newer to the game, right,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
into what he was kind of playing into.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, for
but
somebody just coming back to the game for the first time in a long time, I would be extremely proud of this performance.
oh, absolutely. I mean, like I could not have executed at that level that we just saw this game. I don't have the reps in to
Mhm.
execute at this level
Yeah.
at all. I don't know if I haven't seen any of your games, Alex. I don't know if you can execute at this level or not. But that is just, and the level of tactics. Like Mike really did a great job of like kind of baiting his forces down to the south end of the table and then doing a hard flip to the north side. I mean, it didn't quite work, but it was a really good
Yeah.
tactic, right? Like just because it didn't work out doesn't mean it wasn't a good strategy
Yeah.
to try to carry the game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It was a very interesting dynamic watching that scenario flip north to south like that.
right.
Not every fault line that you see that. And it was super cool. All right. Well, I have to pee real bad, but it was worth holding it to sit through that. I just want to thank Ike and Keith and thank all of you for being here with us. Remember, you can support us through the Ko-Fi link in the description, and remember to subscribe and hit the bell. We are anticipating the next round to go live at 8:30 Eastern. Keith, take us away.
All right. And